Hello, welcome back to Reads of an Apple. My name is Stacy, and I'm here to start week 7 of 2023. It is just after 9 o'clock on Sunday night, so just after the Super Bowl. It was kind of bleh. The most exciting thing for me was the Rihanna halftime show, but it wasn't like blow me away, but it was fun, and musically I liked it a lot more than the last couple ones. But yeah, so I have some things to chat with you about. Yesterday morning, Saturday morning, I was having a pretty good day, and I was getting things done and taken care of, and I saw on my watch that I got an email from Alona Andrews updated their blog, and I was like, oh, I'll check that real quick. And since I was already on my computer, I just pulled up my email on my computer, and they announced Magic Claims. It comes out in June, just after my birthday, and this is book 2 in Daniel's Wilmington years. What? So already they announced book 2. They did kind of do a hint recently that there was going to be a surprise announcement coming soon, so stay tuned. And I wasn't quite sure what they were announcing, and I was surprised it was Kate Daniels again. But I guess they're still writing it. But I don't really care. I mean, if they're exploding with Kate Daniel ideas, I'll take anything from them. But so it was very, very exciting. I was freaking out. My kitty was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I texted my sister. I posted about it on Instagram. I was just like, I got it added to my new releases thing. I got my pre-order done, and I was just like, I was just so excited. Then, while I was looking at that, I got an email from the people who are the company that made the desk I bought. And I very quickly went downhill because I've been waiting for the hardware. The hardware was missing from the box, and a bin that was supposed to come with it, but whatever about the bin. And they sent a thing that's after everything, after telling me I was approved. I talked about it in last week's vlog, but after making sure they had the correct address and all of these things, I get an email. I'm sorry. We see that you purchased this from Amazon and it is not allowed for warranty items. And so I was just like, and then they were like, you can purchase the hardware for whatever the cost of parts is, plus $4.99 in shipping. And then if you would like to purchase the bin, you can purchase that as well. But they didn't give me any prices for the bin, just for the hardware itself. And it was like, let us know what you want to do. So I sent back an email, and I was just like, done at this point. It was over 2 weeks of messing with this. I was over it. And I was like, I don't understand. This isn't warranty. This is missing parts from the box. It's not like I got a defective item. And I guess technically it could still be considered warranty, but the way I understand warranty and the way that we deal with warranty at work is manufacturer defects and problems. I got a package. It didn't have the parts needed to assemble the desk. I just needed the parts. And I was like, I'm very disappointed in your answer and how long it took to get it. I will be returning your stuff back to Amazon, and I will be purchasing a desk from a different brand, which is unfortunate because it was a cheaper desk than the other ones I had around me. But it also had a little bit more storage and looked funky and looked fun. And so I was really disappointed, but I'm never purchasing from them ever again. And yeah, so I boxed it back up and I was able to return it to the UPS store, which is right next to the Walmart right over here. I'm pointing because I'm looking out my living room patio door, and it's the back of Walmart out my window, across the retention pond in the parking lot. But so I took it over there Saturday. I was like, screw it. I didn't plan on leaving the house. I'm gonna go do it. So I got dressed and I took it back to Walmart, and then I was before I left, I was looking at other desks because I was like, I just want to get it done. I can buy another different style of desk off Amazon, and it was like $50, and I'd have it in a few days. And then there was one that didn't have as much storage, but it was in stock at Target, and it was $50 too. And I have a red card, so I'd get 5% off, but I got like $2 off. So I just basically saved myself tax. It was annoying. But anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll just go to Target and do it. So I was going to meet my sister there. And then that's over by the used bookstore I like to go to. And I was like, hey, and if you want, I can show you the used bookstore I like now that you're back in town. And she was like, okay, cool. And then she was having car problems and wasn't able to meet me at Target. So I texted her, and things were things. And I was like, okay, fine. I was like, well, I'm kind of tired. I'm done. I don't really want to go to the used bookstore. You don't know how long you're going to take. I'm just going to head home. And I got a block, and my car started having problems. So I got across the main street, and I pulled into the parking lot of Michael's, and my car died. And so it starts and dies. And so then I was trying to get a hold of my sister, because I was like, if you can figure out whatever's going on with your car and give me a ride home, that would be great, because I'm going to have my car towed. Thank goodness I have AAA. And from what I can tell, it's probably like a fuel pump or fuel system needing cleaned or something clogged somewhere. So I'm hoping it is a simple, easy, not expensive repair. But my boss, my sweet, lovely boss, and her granddaughter were hanging out, and I was just like, I texted her to see if they were hanging out, and she was like, yeah, we're still hanging out. And I was like, oh, cool, just letting you know I got my desk. But that wasn't the reason why I texted her. I just hate bothering people. But not knowing how much my car repair was, I didn't want to have to pay over $20 to take an Uber home, and also not know when, because that was the whole other thing. The tow truck place was just a couple blocks away from me, and so it kept refreshing between 7 to 9 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes away, but it took them almost an hour to leave. So I don't know if it's because I wasn't in a dangerous situation or whatever, but I was like, I don't want to be stuck. I don't know. But my boss and her granddaughter were very sweet, and they came and picked me up. And then I felt it was like super busy at Michael's. I've never seen Michael's that busy before. And then I was like super embarrassed when the tow truck is there. And I get it. Car problems happen to everybody. But it was just kind of embarrassing to like, I have the tow truck there. And so as soon he was done with me, he's like, okay, yeah, we're good. And they didn't even have it loaded up. He was still like taking pictures of the car. And I was just like, okay, thank you. And I like went in to Michael's, because they had gone in to shop while I was outside dealing with the tow truck people. And so we'll see. The shop I took it to isn't too far away from me. It's about the same distance from where I moved to my work and them. It just, when I go down the road, instead of taking two blocks north, I take 2 blocks south. And that's the car place I like to take it to, but it hasn't been the car place I've taken it to when I got the new used engine put in it. But I was like, I can't be spending $15 to an Uber drive to this other car place because they don't have a car service. And I was just like, I can't. I know it's only $30, but you know, if I'm paying a whole bunch of money, and I just bought a freaking couch, and if I had known my car was gonna have problems, I wouldn't have bought my couch. But I'm just like, there's just a lot going on. And then I got my taxes figured out, and I'm gonna have to pay this year, which has never happened to me before. I'm gonna have to pay over $200. But I'm getting almost $600 back from the state. So my plan is to file my state taxes first, and then use some of that to pay my federal taxes. And then I was talking to my boss about it, because I was just like so frustrated. And she was like, oh yeah. And then she's like, yeah, they're pausing potential Colorado ones because of the Tabor stuff. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And she's like, oh yeah, taper payments. And I was like, oh, was that? I was like, I don't know what that is. And she's like, oh, you don't watch the news. And I was like, no, I don't watch the news. And she's like, oh, you shouldn't have gotten either she goes, for you, it should have been a $750 payment around September for some Colorado Tabor thing. And I was just like, I never got that. But, September I was moving. So I don't know if it didn't have like don't forward, just return to sender or something funky. So I was like, great. So now, and then I was on hold for a half an hour, even though it said the wait time was 2 minutes, to get a hold of somebody to see whether it was actually sent and returned or how to get that. So I should be getting $750 from the state of Colorado because I never got it. And I'm like, that would be nice money to have. And then I was thinking about it this morning, and I realized I never got a refund when I had to cancel DirecTV when I had to move, and they charged me for an extra month. And then they were supposed to refund me, and I had called them I got the notification, and then I got the bill showing that the refund was being processed, and then it said 60 days, at max 60 days before your refund. And I had called them at like 70 days, and they're like, oh, did you notify them of your move? And I was like, yeah, I told them I was canceling because I was moving, and I couldn't take the TV with me where I was moving. And she was like, oh, that's weird because they didn't have your moving information. So anyway, it's this big whole thing, and I just realized I still haven't gotten that. So I need to call them again tomorrow, hopefully, and see if I can get that money back. And I'm just like, things are so strapped as they are, and now I'm just kind of freaking out. But I know I'll be okay. It's just stressful because I don't know when some things are coming in and when some things are coming out, and I don't know how much my car is going to be. So yeah, I got home not too long before the Avalanche game yesterday on Saturday, and so I just sat and I watched the Avalanche game. Didn't do anything. I did read during commercial breaks, so we'll talk about that, but I didn't do anything. And then I got up and I put together the desk after the Avalanche game, and I was like, I need to do something to get me out of this funk. So I put together my desk, unboxed my couple boxes of office supply stuff, and got my computer set up and everything. So I have like my little workstation now, which is great. But I wasn't thinking, and I moved my light over here, my little light that I use. And if I want to film on the couch, I won't have as much of a light. I have this tiny little ring light that I can use sometimes, but it doesn't do it very bright, so we'll see. But yeah, so I got that done and that unpacked, and I was up till after 2 o'clock. And then today I have had a lot of laundry to do because I haven't done laundry in forever. And even when I last did laundry, I didn't do all of it. I just did what was necessary. So I have 5 loads of laundry. And I actually, before I started filming this clip, I heard it go off. But I was like, I'm going to film my clip and then I'll change it so it's not loud. But yeah, so I wanted to fold laundry during the Super Bowl game, but that didn't happen because it's all still going, and I like to just fold it all at once. So that'll probably be tomorrow's project when I get home from work. But anyway, what is kind of nice about I just moved, and according to Google Maps, on average, it takes people 14 minutes to walk to my work from where I'm at. So I can walk to work. Thankfully, it isn't too bad. We might get some snow on Wednesday, of course, but at least for tomorrow, I can walk to work and be fine. And I'm sure somebody will be willing to give me a ride home because the people that I work with both literally drive by my apartment every time they leave and come out of work because the main intersection is like back behind me. And that's the intersection that they take. So it should be at least okay to take a ride home. It's just weird because I can walk it and I'm comfortable walking it. It's the only weird thing is there's ditches on both sides and there's no sidewalk. And so sometimes because there's a lot of industrial stuff around here, sometimes there's big trucks that come down and then I just feel uncomfortable. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll take the bus, depending on how long it is, but it's literally one bus stop. And I was like, no, I'll just walk it. It's one bus stop. I don't need to take the bus for 2 minutes or whatever. So I was like, whatever, I'll just walk it. So I'm going to leave half an hour earlier tomorrow just so I can have time to get there. Because I don't know how long it's going to take me, how long it'll take me to like cross the street and stuff like that. So we'll see. I figure if I give myself half an hour, that gives me an extra 15 minutes or whatever to get there and get settled. But I'll have to I think I'm going to have to go through my bag and make it a little bit lighter because it is a little heavy. But yeah, it's been a while since I've had to walk places, since I got my car in 2018, I think. So I rode the bus before that because when my mom passed and I moved, we ended up giving her car back to the bank that she had the loan through, and my car had gone kaput before her surgery. So because I was having to drive her everywhere, we were just using her van. And then yeah. So yeah, the first couple years I was in Fort Collins, I was riding the bus and it was fine, and I was walking half an hour to get to the bus and half an hour back. So it's been a while since I've had to walk, but it's fine. And if it's just one day, hopefully, maybe 2 days before the snow would be great. But anyway, yeah. And then today and then I did also get the other side to my bookshelf. So I did get my second bookshelf done and have completely stressed myself out because I was like contemporary and historical. And I was going to put historical on the bottom because even though I have more indie and trade paperbacks of contemporary, I have some hardbacks of historical. So I was like, I'll put historical on the bottom. So I did the top half, and then I was like, the bottom half should be fine because when I had it before, it was the top half was historical and the bottom half was like my paranormal fantasy sci-fi, which I have now put in its own shelf. But there's more open spaces, but I know I have a lot of books in the storage unit that are mostly fantasy and paranormal. So it's like, I know I'm going to have to like fill that up. And then I had a little bit of anthologies that I was going to stick in that other one. So I got it all done, and I turned around and I had all of my Lorraine Heath, all of my Vivian Lorette, all of my Karen Hawkins, all of my Lisa Kleypas, and I have some Mary Jo Putneys that I need to do an unboxing for, which I might try to film later tonight so I can put the rest of my books away. But I was just like, I don't have space. So then instead of having the contemporaries all pretty, now they're just all crammed into 2 sections instead of 3 sections. Well, it's like 2.5. It's now 1.5, and then I have some on top of the bookshelf because I just have too many historicals. I almost need a full bookshelf, five bookshelf just for historical. And I know I have more historicals, not near as much as the other genres, but I know I have other historicals in the storage unit. But I also have my couple other bookshelves, so hopefully I won't have to buy another bookshelf. I just got to get to the other storage unit and get it all out, which is a whole nother thing that I have to worry about because I'll have to rent a truck and go down there, and it's just like, But anyway, yep. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but I don't have a giant pile of books taking up my living room anymore. And the only things I have left to put away book-wise is the ones that I'm doing an unboxing for. But I also totally spaced. I put all of my Love Spell fairy tale retelling historical romances, of which there are over 20. I had them on the couch. So I got everything fit in with space for some of the new releases I know I have coming out soon. And I turned around and they were all on the couch, and I was just like, oh no. So I have a little 6x2 storage unit that's over by my front door. That's my coat closet there. So it's on the opposite side. It's right here behind this pillow. I had one square has nonfiction books and my 3 historical fiction books. And oh, you know what I just thought? I have all of the Secret History of the Pink Carnation books in the storage unit. So I definitely have historicals there. And then I have like a couple of like textbooks and my genealogy books and like my Korean textbooks and my Japanese textbooks and a couple of things that I would like to hang on to. And so I kind of mushed those 2 squares together and put the fairy tale historical retellings in there because I was just like, I have nowhere else for you. I don't know where to put you. So yeah. I have a lot of books. And I know I have nowhere near as many as a lot of other booktubers. But I very much... And I definitely have gotten a little crazy with some of the historicals. I have a lot of historical books. And some of them are from authors I've never read, or I've only read one book and then I buy their entire backlist or a lot of their backlist because I find them cheap places. So otherwise, I try to be very mindful of what I buy because I do know that space is limited and, you know, I always want a library, but I also want books that mean something to me. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting when I go through the books I have in the storage unit to see what I actually keep. And then I have a box of books. So it's not huge. It's a smaller box of books that's in my trunk to take to the used bookstore because I wasn't going to buy anything there outside of what I was able to sell back. And I had quite a few historicals in really good condition with step backs, although I don't think that matters to them, that I was going to sell back. So I was hoping I would at least be able to get a couple of books, but I was more specifically going to look for some Alona Andrews to see if I could find some of the Kate Daniels books there. And then I always check, I mean, I haven't been there in forever, but I always check for Elisa Kleypas stepback and Julia Quinn stepbacks and Eloisa James stepbacks. Like, those are the big 3 I look for every single time. Oh, and Lorraine Heath. So yeah. But anyway, now that I'm gabbing about books, let's actually talk about books I read. So, like I said yesterday during the Avalanche game, I did read physically. So I am at 48% of Blood Promise. Oh, this book is dragging on. I'm enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying it, but I just haven't been finding time to read physically very much lately. I might try to switch to text to speech with the other 2 books just because it seems like audiobooks are kind of where it's at for me lately here. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a blast. I'm really intrigued to seeing what's going on. Rose has met Dimitri's family and there's situations going on there, and then there's some weird non-royal Moroi that's kind of coming into play. We learned about alchemists, and I'm just like, what is all this stuff? And it's weird how much that is kept from Dampiers and Moroi when they're like growing up, and maybe not as much the Moroi, but definitely the Dampiers. And then they're like, here are all the things you don't know when you graduate. And so, I don't know, it's very interesting, and it's fun that we're in Russia, and we do get to kind of touch base with Lissa and Christian and Adrian, because there are times when Rose will go into Lissa's mind just to kind of check up on her, and she met a different spirit user, and they're bonded and they're in love, and so that was kind of interesting to see, what they could potentially learn from them. I just hope that Lissa and or Rose can have a deeper conversation with them without anything happening to them, because I am kind of worried that they might kind of step up and help somehow and end up getting killed, and then they won't have that as a good source of information on spirit users and being shadow kissed and all that kind of stuff. But I'm enjoying it. I just have to find the time to sit and read. And I was hoping to either fold laundry or read during the Super Bowl, but then I ended up dealing with historical books. And then because I had to keep rearranging what I already did to make them fit, it took a lot longer than I expected. But yeah, so I am there in that. And then for my new to me author dedicated Ferrofeb vlog, the second book that I am reading is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is kind of making the rounds right now. I saw Jessin from Jessin Reads Romance and Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life read this recently and really loved it. I saw Crystal did a video on the series, so I'll pop that up above if you want to watch that and you've read the series, or if you just want to learn more about it and don't care about spoilers or whatever. I'll put it up there. I think it's a spoiler free video, but I haven't watched it yet, just in case. I might watch it after I finish this, but I'm 60% of the way through the audiobook. This is what I listened to after the Avalanche game. I started this audiobook while I put together the desk, and I listened to it till after 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and then I listened to it more this morning until it was time to put the Super Bowl game on. So yeah, I am loving it to pieces, but I talk more about it in that vlog, so definitely check out that vlog when it's out. I don't know when it's out. I'm waiting to like get a good length. I was hoping to get at least 3 books in it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm loving it so far, and I can't wait to read more from this series and from Carissa so far. So, but yeah, I will keep you updated on how my progress is going there. So I think that's all I have for you. And as we're almost to another half an hour, these first ones, when there are things going on, I don't know why, the first clip is always super long. But let's do the quest calendar. So if this is your first weekly vlog, I have been playing the quest calendar game. This is a daily calendar based off of tabletop role-playing games. And the theme for 2023 is the Void Spark Chronicles. So space opera, sci-fi vibes. And it's a lot of fun. Let me do a rundown on what the calendar looks like. So this isn't super helpful. So Friday, we got level up. So this obviously isn't much, but usually there will be a script type font either on the top or on a column on the side, and that will be the actual story that we read out. Anything in this block style font, usually it's in a box, is the mechanics of how we are playing through the story. Saturdays and Sundays are combined, and if it is a combat page, it shows it here. Hey, look at that. There's usually a little box, and that tells you how many enemies, how many rounds, what types of rolls you're going to make, and that type of thing. So I always have Sundial Games listed down below. It's also super fun because they're a Colorado-based company, and I was looking at it today because I was adding it to my Board Game Geek account, and the first one was in 2020, or 2021, I think. I don't know. This is a newer thing, so it's not like it's been happening years and I just kind of stumbled across it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. This is the second year that I'm doing it. So before we do this year's calendar, let's talk about real quick. Oh no. Okay. My paperclip came off and paperclip to a different paperclip I had sitting here. So I am playing as, we are on this side now, this girl, Zarilla Tur. She is a mystic, and her race is Urzan, and she's kind of, it seems like the Star Wars Jedi Sith Force user type person. This is the hero book, I think is what they call it. Yep, Hero Book Companion. I highly recommend this if you're getting the game. It has all of the characters in here. It has the basic rules in the front. It has the ship character sheet. It has your character sheet. It includes reusable stickers for items. Plus, when it's time to level up, all of the additional like skills and stuff that you get are already transferred over. So like here's level 1, here's level 2. So all I had to do was move my information over, update whatever bonuses I get to these 4 items, and then just move over my traits, my character traits. And then when we hit level 3, same thing. Like you can see there's more abilities here. So we don't have to worry about updating a tiny little character sheet like this. Although I do also believe they offer them as a PDF or a printable option on their website. But like I said, definitely check out their website for more information. But I certainly enjoy the heck out of it. There is also a blank character sheet in here if you want to make your own character, but I usually just go with one of the characters that they have already in here. Okay, so that's the rundown. Since we're still kind of in the beginning of the year, we haven't gotten too far. There is like a little prologue to kind of teach you how to play the game if you haven't done it before. And so we have just signed on with the crew of the Karnak, and we've met everybody. We've gone on our first mission together, and they have agreed to let us stay on board, and we are now the financial manager, I think is what she called us. So we're in charge of finances for the ship. So that's super fun. So let's see what this weekend brings. So, and then all information that we need for the day's page is on the back of the previous day. So you can't really spoil yourself unless you like actually actively try to spoil yourself. So, okay, this is one of our crew members. And it looks like this is the Karnak behind us. So let's see what's going on. This ship certainly sees its fair share of wear and tear. Captain Kalis prefers dangerous missions because they pay better. It puts the ship in jeopardy, but it keeps me employed. Overall, the ship is in better condition than it could have been. I hear your help in the bridge kept us alive. We owe you a great deal of thanks. Okay, so that's our story. The Karnak has taken some damage and needs repairs. Askel has purchased some ship parts to use for the repairs. So number 1 is add 5 ship parts to your inventory, and 2, use ship parts or any available hero abilities to repair the Karnak. Okay. Alrighty, so I will set that aside here. Set it on the floor. Okay, so Askel gives you a box of spare ship parts. The box contains various components, tubes, bolts, wires, and many other things needed to make repairs. There are enough ship parts here to make 5 repairs. Perfect. Okay, so ship parts. Consumed unused restores 1 point of integrity to any ship compartment. Okay, so number 2, use ship parts or any available heroes to repair the Karnak. The way to restore integrity lost to a compartment of the Karnak/Fang ship is to use ship parts or a hero ability. You can purchase these at various shops in your adventure, and you may find these along your journey as well. Each one is consumed on use. You can't use ship parts in the middle of a combat page to restore the ship's integrity. Make sure you use them before starting your dice rolls on each page. Okay, so we'll get that as a chance to do before we I would rather do it at the end of a page just so you remember while it's fresh. Now let me look at our ship. I don't think we took any damage to our integrity. So yeah, we thankfully didn't take any damage to our ship, so we won't have to use any ship parts. So I'm just going to put it in our inventory for now. And then one thing new for this year's is they do have on the weekend pages the Sunday lottery. So what that is you can choose to do it or not. You roll a d6, and then depending on what you roll, if it's a 1 or a 2, you lose a little bit of credits, or if it's a 3 or higher, you gain a little bit of credits. So far, it's been good to us, so I will pull out my d6, and we'll go ahead and roll it and see what we get for today's lottery. And 5. So 5 is gain 3 credits. Perfect. And that is all we have to do for today. So that's this weekend. And yeah, so I'll get those added to my inventory, but otherwise I don't really have anything else. So I will see you all tomorrow on Monday, and I hope you have a good Monday. And here's hoping I get good news about my car. Hi, hello, happy Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day. Surprise. I ended up not filming a clip last night because it was a day. And I've kind of joked with several people about, people are always like, Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th. I think Monday the 13th is a day we all don't want to experience. But so yesterday was fun. I found out about my car. It is the fuel pump, so that was $700. So that's kind of frustrating, but it's fine. I got my car back today. Yeah, and then when I got home from work yesterday, my furnace was broken. So I was like, great, just what we need. But they showed up first thing this morning when the office opened, and they got that fixed because it's supposed to be below 10 degrees tonight. Last I saw this morning it was 10, but I know that it has since dropped, and we're supposed to potentially get snow early morning tomorrow, like 3 o'clock in the morning. So, hi. Yeah, so it's been a day. I was joking with my boss, and then I was like, you know how they say things come in threes? Do you think with my car and the furnace that something else is going to happen? Or do you think it was actually the first thing was the speakers going out on my computer? So, I don't know, but knock on wood, right? But anyway, it is about 5:40, so I'm going to try to do a quick update today because the Avalanche game is on at 7. So pregame starts at 6:30, but they're doing reading sprints, and I haven't been able to do any of the new Tuesday reading sprints that they're calling group therapy. So, and it's at a later time slot. It's at 6 o'clock my time, which is great because the other ones used to start at like 4 or 5, and I was kind of annoyed about that, but I am hoping to get some reading done there. But as for reading, I am gonna grab this. So I did finish today, Daughter of No World. I didn't finish that today. I finished it last night before bed, the audiobook. So I rated it 5 stars. I loved it. I definitely want to continue on in the series. And I had to return something, but I returned a Christmas novella I still had checked out on KU, and I got the second book. My Hoopla only had the first book on audio, so I am switching to ebook for the other 2. Although I did get 3 free months of Audible, so I might sign up because then I can get, I think, 3 free Audible credits. So I might do that if there's a book that I really, really want on audio, or I need to get it on audio and it's not available to me through the library. I might do that and then get 3 free audiobooks. Plus I know that there's a lot of like if you have Audible, there's a lot of like novellas or other Audible books that are just free to listen if you're a member. So, but that might, I'll have to see how long I have the code for to sign up for that. And that might be something I do later on. But yeah, so I finished that. That's only the 5th book this month. And now most of them so far, I think 3 of the 5 have been very long fantasy books, which is fine, but it's weird it being the 14th and I've only read 5 books this month. But I loved it. I'm going to save all my thoughts, like I keep mentioning, for my dedicated reading vlog, so definitely check that out when it comes out. As for other reading challenges that I am applying this to, tentatively moving it to Winter's Kiss number 3. I'm going to use this for an author that's wrecked to you. This worked for the New to Me author challenge. This also is working for the Read What You Own challenge based on the parameters I set for myself. For Gildathon, I use this for Heat of the Moment, which is random spinner wheel, chaotic decision. For Fair Feb, Now, this was pitched to me, or I saw when I was figuring out what prompts I needed to put this on for FaroFeb. I saw somebody mention that this was enemies to lovers. And while he doesn't really want to train her, I wouldn't say they're ever enemies. They're just... He just doesn't want to deal with her and deal with the orders. So I moved this from enemies to lovers, which is what I tentatively had it planned for, to Grumpy Sunshine, because he definitely is very grumpy when we meet him. And even though this was not on this TBR, and already my TBR is out the window, I'm using this for Romanticy-thon because it started on Sunday, and this is the first book I've read during the week, or that I finished during the week. So I'm applying it to Romanticy-thon, even though it technically wasn't on that TBR. And that TBR only has 3 books. But at this point, who knows if I'll get those 3 books done. So of the 3 prompts for the team that I chose, it worked for book with forced proximity. And I originally planned to do a reading vlog for Romanticy-thon, but I don't think, because I'm doing this on a different vlog, I don't think I'm gonna do it. If I do decide to do a Romanticy-thon vlog, I'm just gonna briefly mention this because I have it already planned for a different vlog. So I don't know. I have too much going on. I feel like I took on too much this month, but we will see what happens. But anyway, that's everything I applied it to. And then today at work, I wanted to start another audiobook, but I was looking at the 3 books I had for Romanticy-thon, and none of them have audiobooks that are available or I'm still on the wait list for. I did go ahead and put in a hold for the Court of Silver Flames normal audiobook because the graphic audio is not out for that yet. But I have a 4-week wait still. So, and I would prefer to read that one physically since there's not a graphic audio. But we'll see. That's a big book, and I plan on reading it this week, but I don't know. I don't know where time is going. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to read today, and I was like, I'm gonna have to do a text-to-speech option because if I need to get one of these other 2 books for Romanticy-thon done, but then I was like, if I'm doing the text-to-speech, I need to finish Blood Promise because my checkout is ending soon. I still have checkouts on the 5th and 6th book going on because I just checked them out while they were still available to me. So I don't know. Time is getting away from me here for sure. But so I didn't get very far, but I'm now 57%. So I listened to 9%, but it took me a while today at work to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I was trying to figure out how to do it on the desktop computer instead of on my phone, because on my phone, when I do the text to speech, it skips and gets funky sometimes and glitches out. But the one on the desktop computer, and if I have my Echo do it, then it's fine. So I had to get that all set up. But yeah, so at least this all set up. So I'm hoping I can alternate between physically reading it and text to speeching it. And it's fine because I listened to the first 2 books of the series text to speech. So it doesn't feel weird for the series to me. But anyway, I said I wanted to do a quick clip, but I'm just rambling on here. And then I did get a package today. And I know what this is. And I'm very excited it showed up today. So happy Valentine's Day to me. And I will just kind of show you. I got the normal copy of Powerless today. I cannot wait to read this. I'm very, very excited for it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so pretty, but yeah, I cannot wait to read this. But I probably will check it out on KU just so I can give Elsie the page counts as well. But we'll see. I like reading the physical copies if I have the physical copy, but we'll see what happens. I have fantasy stuff that I have to get to before that. So I don't know when I'm going to get to Powerless, even though it's highly anticipated for me. But okay, there's that. And I think that's all I have. So let's quickly do the quest calendar and then we will go from there. So on this weekend, we were dealing with, we got ship parts. So now we're going to learn how to repair the ship, I guess. Okay, so Monday's thing. Oh my gosh, we're hanging out with our crew. Look at that. Everybody looks so friendly and happy. And then we're like this shrouded in darkness person. Okay, let's just see what it says. Captain Kalis has requested the crew gather to celebrate the success of the mission and to officially commemorate your joining the crew. Welcome to the team. So bond with the crew over stories of the mission. Roll a d20 plus charisma. Our charisma is a -2. So this is not going to go well for us. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. We haven't rolled well, right? Okay. All right, those are my notes. So let's see what this says. Brokvar recounts to the crew what occurred along the mission on the Comet. You notice he tends to embellish a bit of the details. SD-113 has trouble understanding the peril that life forms put themselves in and comments of the absurdity of the situation. Nayli makes exaggerated gestures, gasping at tense moments, laughing loudly at funny ones, and jumping for joy at moments of triumph. Askell nods and smiles as he quietly observes everyone in the room. Captain Kalis watches over with pride as the crew bonds together over Brokvar's story. So, let's see what our D20 roll will bring us today. So, -2. Yay, yay, yay. And we rolled a 4. So, 2. Okay. You correct Brokvar's mistakes and refute any details that make you look bad. You know what? We can re-roll per page for free. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do time step. Once per page, re-roll any roll and take the new result. Okay, I'm going to do that. And hopefully we roll better than a 4. And okay, not bad. 12, so that gives us a 10. Okay, so if the result is between 8 and 14, you stay quiet and let him tell the tale as he recalls it, even though he embellishes a lot. The crew seems to enjoy the story. Brokvar winks at you and tosses you 1 credit. Note down, bonding with the crew somewhere for future use. Okay, cool. I mean, I could care less about the credit, but bonding with the crew is nice. Okay, so I will keep that for our notes. So that was yesterday's. There's our fun crew. So let's see what today brings. Okay, so it looks like we are back up in the cockpit and we're traveling somewhere new. Look at the gorgeous galaxy artwork in the background. That is pretty. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so fun. Okay. So, Captain wants us headed to Jomanus? We're going to go with Jomanus. So, fly the Karnak and navigate to Jomanus. So, we either have A or B, dexterity or wisdom, and both apply the piloting skill. We do not have piloting, and we're choosing either dexterity or wisdom. They are both a 3. So, okay. All right. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're not separated out. So we'll just say we're using dexterity for fun. But it doesn't really matter because they don't have separate results. They both use the same results. It's just based on the skill you're using. And that is a 16, so we're at a 19. Okay, so if the result is 15 or more, you navigate the Karnak precisely and pilot quickly to your destination. Your efficiency in traveling allows you to save on fuel. Gain 1 credit. Okay. Alrighty. And then there's review the rules for traveling and meal rations. Meal rations are used to stave off starvation while traveling. If you ever need to consume 1 or more and do not have enough, reduce your health by 1 for each ration you do not have. But we're fine. We didn't have to worry about any meal rations or anything at this time. So no big deal there. And that is all I have. So yeah, I'm hoping to get more through Blood Promise today during the reading sprints and during the Avalanche game. And I will be back tomorrow with hopefully more stuff to update on. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hello. Happy Thursday. Apparently this is the week of doing updates every other day. So yeah, I was going to film a clip yesterday, but the Avalanche game was supposed to start at 7:30, and then they changed puck drop to like 7:57 or some stupid time like that. So it was a late game. It was a fun game. They played the Minnesota Wild, and things always get chippy. There was a fight. There was quite a bit of really big hits, and they won, which was good. But yeah, so the game was on late, and then I took a shower and I went to bed. So I thought about filming a clip, and then I was like, I need to take a shower. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll do it afterwards and talk to you guys while I'll do that. But after my shower, it was so cold. It's been like below 10 degrees the past couple nights here. I was like, I just want to go to bed. I want to curl up and get cozy and warm and go to bed. So yeah, that's what happened last night. But I'm here. Also, that was Tuesday night. So yeah, let's talk about books. I made a list of what I wanted to talk about. So Tuesday night, Valentine's Day, I stayed up and finished Blood Promise. I pretty much just read it during the Avalanche game, and usually I do other things while the game's on, or I'll just read during commercial breaks, but I was just like, I'm just gonna try to get through it because I have, at this point, like a week left on my checkout for all 3 of the books, and I was like, I have to get these books read, and I wanted to wait a little bit later before picking up books 5 and 6, but I was like, I have to get them done. So I finished it. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. There were parts of it I really, really enjoyed, but then I feel like there were moments, especially a big chunk of it, where Rose took a step back in her development. And can I just say, I kept thinking this book is taking me forever to get through. It's like 500 pages. The first couple books in the series were like normal 300-ish, so it was fine that there was 3 books that we had to get through. But this book's like 500 pages. The 5th book is like 500 pages, and the 6th book is like 600 plus pages. And I'm like, this is a little too much. It's definitely a push for me too, for how many book club books I wanted to get. But I was thinking of trying to do the 6 of Crows read along too, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I've got so many tomes. Plus I wanted to read more fantasy romance, and I'm kind of freaking myself out because I've only read 6 books so far this month, and they're all like 400, 500. I mean, most of them are over 500 pages, so my page count is on par, but it's the number 6, and usually February is my highest read month outside of last December because I picked up so many audiobooks for Vlogmas. But I mean, I still have A Court of Silver Flames. I still need to do the Alona Andrews read along. I wanted to do the 6 of Crows duology book club read along. I don't think that's gonna happen. My hold did come in for the first book though, so I have that checked out on my Libby. But I see that I keep getting a notification to 3 people waiting, And I'm like, well, I have time because you get it for like 21 days. But I'm like, if I'm not going to read it, I might as well give it back to those people. But then there's no guarantee I'll get it back in time to read it before the book club thing. So I'm just like, there's so much going on. And I'm just like, I did not expect the last 3 books in Vampire Academy to be so long. So there's also that. But I gave it 3.5 stars. And mostly for the situation with Dimitri. She finds him, he's cold, he's a Strigoi, and I get that he has changed. But I was just kind of confused on, like, I know they supposedly lose their soul or there's situations going on, but some of the changes in him, I feel, didn't quite fit what I was expecting. Like, he is constantly giving her like really fancy jewelry, and he remembers things about her, and he knows about her because he talks about events that happened between them in the past and things like that. And but then he would know that jewelry doesn't really match what she would want from him. So if he's trying to manipulate her, I didn't understand the jewelry over and over. And I kind of felt disappointed that she let herself get dragged under him so much. And it took too long for her to finally start pushing back. And I don't know. I'm still kind of... I didn't like that she basically became a drug addict, because that's what the bite does, and that she let it get so bad. And I understand when things like that happen, you can spiral, but for how strong of a person she'd been through the first 3 books, and I get it's Dimitri and she was struggling killing him, but I don't understand why she basically had no resistance in allowing him to bite her. That seemed a little bit of a stretch to me. And I mean, he definitely was manipulating her and using it as a tactic to... And I get, like, and it's not the manipulation that bothers me, it's some of the tactics he used didn't fit what we know him to know of Rose and of the relationship. Even if he doesn't look at it quite the same anymore, he still would know, like, the basic facts of the things that she enjoys, and that, you know, she wants him, obviously. So him doing things that are different from his character as a human, objectively, like, and I guess he couldn't buy her weapons or things like that, because that would be a situation. But I don't know. It just felt different. And I was really looking forward to it kind of amping up from book 3. And a lot of people were saying book 4 is their favorite. And a lot of people love the second half of the series more. So we'll see. But I give this one 3.5 stars. I enjoyed, like, the beginning portion when we were hunting for Dimitri and we met Sydney, the alchemist. And then I enjoyed once she was kind of able to get out of that situation. And I liked Dimitri's family. We definitely spent a little too much time with Dimitri's family, but it made sense there. Why we spent a little bit too much time there. Like, it made sense character-wise for her to be there so long and her struggling with getting out of that. And then I liked the part once she was able to kind of get away, and oh my gosh, who her father is. I was just like, oh my gosh. So, and I did enjoy, and I was kind of sad and upset because it also seemed like Lissa was regressing as a character. And I know that she was being manipulated by this new person, but some of it was also her regressing before she kind of was becoming influenced. And I'm still kind of bitter about how her and Christian's relationship ended at the end of this book. So yeah, but I mean, we'll see. I'm obviously going to continue, and I'm going to try to get all of my at least normal book club books done, and we'll see if I have time to pick up anything else. But yeah, I'm just stressing myself out because I feel like I haven't done any reading. But we are surprisingly getting Monday off. We usually don't get President's Day off. So Monday is President's Day. There's no hockey game. I'm going to try to get most of my stuff done this weekend that I normally do. Sometimes if we have a 3-day weekend, I'll shift it by a day and I'll just have an extra day of rest in the beginning. But I'm still going to try to get everything done on the weekend and then maybe have Monday to just read and whatever is going on. But we'll see. I also have plans to try to get to the storage unit this month because money is tight with my car being repaired. And so yeah, I need to either do it this weekend or next weekend. But every time I try to reserve the truck online at Home Depot, it keeps trying to send me to Boulder. And I'm like, you say you have a truck here in Fort Collins. So I just need to call them and see what the time frames are. And then hopefully I can get it done quickly and move on. And I think I'm just going to go down. I'm going to get the stuff that I want to take out of it. And then I have the other stuff just donated or given to junk people or something like that. And just kind of take what I want out of there. That's because I know there's couches that have been in there that were my mom's and stuff like that. That if they don't have mice in them, they're probably not in good condition because we didn't store them properly. Or whatever, how they're supposed to be stored. I know they're not covered in plastic at the very least. So yeah, it's a thing, and I'm kind of nervous about going down there because I have no idea what situation that is in, but yeah, so that'll be an interesting thing when that happens. But I should be able to move most everything that I'm keeping by myself, so yeah, we'll see what happens there. But anyway, back to books as I go off on tangents here. After finishing Blood Promise, I stayed up a little late on Tuesday to finish that. Yesterday, I kind of started. I only got like 10% in, but I started book 5. So that's Spirit Bound. And this takes place a couple months after book 4 ended. So this is book 5. Oh my gosh, I'm just completely all over the place. I am sorry. You'd think it'd be more than just 2 days since I last filmed the clip. Let's go back to Blood Promise. I applied this to reading challenges, you know? So, tentatively I applied this to week 3, backlist romance. That's another thing. I would like to finish bingo board number 2. Most of them can be hit by novellas, so I might be picking up some novellas before the end of the month, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm going off on another tangent, but tentatively, possibly on bingo board number 3 for backlist romance. I'm not going to finish bingo board number 3, most likely not. There's a lot of holiday prompts and like Christmas specific prompts on there, so I'm probably not going to finish that because I am not in the mood to pick up a Christmas book, and Winter's Kiss ends at the end of February, so yeah, but I'm at least telling you what prompts I applied it to, so if you're watching this later, if you're doing other reading challenges, you know what kind of prompts I've been able to apply these books to, so you can have that in your mind. But this also worked for Read What You Own, because I got it from the library. I have all of the ebooks for these through my Libby. For Gildathon, I use this for Through Fire and Flames, which is continue a series. For Pharaoh Fab, even though this is technically paranormal, there is a vampire prompt, and I consider vampires paranormal and not fantasy for the most part. I have read a couple border books, but I figured vampires is mostly paranormal, and that's what the prompt is, so I'm applying it because, yeah. And then I also use this for Romanticy-thon for a book with supernatural character, which, you know, I kind of had a borderline book there that was fantasy and paranormal. And since this one's kind of on the same page, I was like, I'm just gonna apply it. Whatever most supernatural characters I consider paranormal anyway. Why it's in a fantasy-based readathon, I don't know. But I have 2 of the 3 prompts completed for that. And who knows if I'll get to the group book for that. But also, Fang Alley. So, I have officially completed my second Romanceopoly. That's what this is here. If you have not seen it, this is my Romanceopoly board. So yeah, I got it written on the back. And Fang Alley is read a paranormal where one of the main characters is a vampire. So my second Romanceopoly prompt is finally done. And yeah, it's taken me about a month so far to read a Romanceopoly book. So I definitely need to pick up on them a little bit quicker. But that one was kind of an odd one for what I was reading at the end of January. So I'll feel like as we move around, we'll get some easier prompts that there will be times where we can go through them quicker. So after we finish doing this setup here, I will get my board set up and we will roll the new prompt for this board. So there's Blood Promise. Now back to Spiritbound. I was doing text to speech today at work because I was like, I gotta get through these books, and I have one audiobook I'd like to pick up, but I'm gonna wait because I have so many book club books that I need to get through. So I decided to do these text to speech, which is fine. I mean, it's fine with me no matter what, but I listened to the first 2 books in this series the same way, so it doesn't feel quite as jarring to me because I've already gone through 2 full books of doing text to speech. Plus, technically part of the 3rd book and 4th book I did do text to speech. I was flipping back and forth, but those ones I mostly read in ebook. So this one is a lot more half and half at this point, because I read about 10% last night via ebook, and then I listened to about 10% today of text to speech, and then I was able to read a little bit when I got home today. So I'm working on Spiritbound. I'm definitely intrigued on what's happening, and I don't know how to feel about Rose and Adrian dating. I like Adrian as a character. He's super fun. I enjoy the banter between them, but it also kind of feels like they both know that it's probably not going to be anything long term or anywhere serious. And while they both don't need anything serious right now, it just feels a little weird. And I know technically Dimitri's dead, but I'm assuming this is like full on romance and that we will have an HEA. And I don't know how I feel about her dating someone else. And she was kind of mentioning of maybe having sex with Adrian. And I don't know if I quite like it going that far with Adrian. But I don't know. But I'm enjoying what's going on right now. They're currently up in Alaska because they're trying to let someone out of prison who will then, who is the brother of someone who has a wild theory, myth, tall tale, who knows the story, that a spirit healer or a spirit person, spirit user, Moroi, would be able to heal the Strigoi out of someone turned Strigoi. I don't know if it's just for Morois or for Dampiers. Hi, I'm back. So my upstairs neighbor, I just met her. I guess when she got home today from work, just a little bit ago, there was some woman sitting on the stairs with like grocery bags full of food, and she was just like, oh, I just moved in here and I'm locked out, do you mind if I come in until someone could come or something like that. And she didn't let her in her house, but she was like, I can't believe I got tricked. But she was like, I'm going to knock on the door a little bit later and just check and make sure. And I answered, and she's like, oh no. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? She goes, I'm scared. And I'm like, why are you scared? Why should I be scared? What's happening? So yeah, I guess this person has like crazy eyebrows and super colored hair and was camping out on our stairs. So wow, that's fun. Hi. I know, Mama got up and was doing stuff. So yeah, that's fun. I'll be definitely keeping an eye out for her. Hi. What are you doing? She wants my attention. She's meowing, and then she's sitting on the floor by my feet, and she just put her feet up, and I cut her claws recently, so they're not super sharp, but she's like trying to dig her claws into my thigh to get my attention. I know, come here. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're gonna do this. There's a cat butt. That's your cute little kitty butt. Alright, I guess we're just gonna hang out here. What are we doing? Yeah, okay. I don't even remember what I was talking about on Spiritbound, so yeah, I'm reading that. And we're gonna leave it at that because my mind, I mean, I was already kind of scatterbrained, but now I'm like super scatterbrained. But anyway, this is turning out to be a long update, and yeah. So, okay. I have a couple things to unbox. And now I've rambled on about books forever, so this is probably going to be a long clip. So, I got my Fortune Cookie Soap subscription box today. If you haven't seen me talk about them before, they are a small business out of Oklahoma, and they do like bath and body products, and they're usually small batch handmade things. I'll have them linked down below, but they have a subscription box. I am on the grandfathered price, so I believe it's $19.95 with shipping, and then that's like including shipping or free shipping or whatever. And then when the boxes go out, you usually get a $10 off of a $25 purchase that's good for 30 days. But every month they have a new collection that's based around various different things usually, and then there's usually 4 to 6, sometimes there's more scents, and then every 3 months they have a big box that has extra scents and whatnot. But yeah, I enjoy their company a lot. I love getting the subscription box. I think it's a great deal. Plus, it's a good way to get items that you can really see how the scents are before you like buy a full bottle of shampoo or stuff. So let's open it up. Okay, so that's right. I remember getting an email. February's theme is Once Upon a Dream. So we've got Sleeping Beauty base. So here's their information. So the extended launch party is February 24th at 5 p.m. on and then they're gonna do a Facebook Live. I have watched their Facebook Lives at times, and it's super fun, and they usually give out a code at the end. Oh, and this looks like it's the quarterly box because we've got 6 scents in here, so we've got a whole bunch happening here. All the scent descriptions are on the back, but we're gonna wait. I did see someone post, or they mentioned it in a newsletter or something, that they have done some like Disney princess or Disney villain inspired boxes before. So 1 or 2 of these scents are pulled from there and added, but there are new scents in here as well. But the ones that were like Sleeping Beauty based in previous collections have been brought back. And then they also always include 1 of 4 stickers. They usually create 4 stickers for each set, and then you can usually buy the 4-pack for $3.99 once the collection releases. And then you always get a random sticker thrown into your package. So today, or this one has Love Will Always Find a Way. And then this one actually says Sleeping Beauty on it. Sometimes they aren't like properly quoted, and then usually we get tissue paper that matches the theme, so we get a pretty purple. And then, okay, yeah, there's a lot crammed into this box. This is a big box. So let's just get into it because this could take a while to get through. So first off, sleeping spell sleep oil. I've never seen sleep oil before. So I'll show it to you here. Pretend we're, whoop. There's, looks like a sprig of, I don't know why. There we go. A sprig of like lavender or something in it. And then that's that. So let's see what it says. Shake the dream oil lightly before each use. Roll the stainless steel ball across pulse points on your wrists, neck, or feet for heightened awareness and a deep REM sleep cycle. Apply to clean the skin to keep the contents pure. Best if kept out of direct sunlight and heat. Do not take internally. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Oh, it says stainless steel, but it's actually a plastic ball. But I'm okay. I prefer their plastic balls over their stainless balls. Which sounded really funny in my head. Yeah, this definitely has like lavender. I'm a little clogged up today, but it smells good, whatever it is. And it smells like, I have a lavender sleep mask from Tony Moly, which is I'm Lavender or something like that. It's part of their I'm Whatever line, and it smells kind of like that. So let's see what this says. Sweet princess, if you shall befall the wicked witch's trick with a dreadful spindle prick, there's hope we give to thee. For not in death, but just in sleep, shall this soothing essential oil blend keep comforting lavender, bergamot, and sleepy chamomile that effortlessly blends with peppermint and clove for a restful sleep until true love's first kiss. Yeah, so I definitely got the lavender, and I could tell there's a little bit of like a mint or a menthol-y smell in there as well, but I'm not really getting the clove or the bergamot super strongly. And I feel like that chamomile is probably in there as a good base. It's just hard to pick out by itself with the lavender and the peppermint being stronger scents. But I like that. I like that a lot. I'm definitely going to try this tonight and just see how it works. And I'll do this. I use their linen sprays every night, but I'm going to do this tonight instead of the linen spray and see how it works. But I'm super intrigued in that. And it came in this really cute little package foam thing to keep the bottle safe. Okay, we will move on. So this is True Love's First Kiss leave-in conditioner. I like their leave-in conditioner. It's a really nice blend. So we will see what it smells like. Oh, okay, interesting. It's florally, but almost like fruity or sweetened. I like that. I like that. I'd give that 4 out of 5. I like that. So True Love's First Kiss. And the bottle is kind of this dark green. That's really pretty. Okay. One day he will come, riding out of the dawn with bright notes of crisp apple and lemon with delicate rose petals and vanilla. Till then, Sleeping Beauty, sleep on. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, next. Hedge of Thorns Twinkle Tonic Toner. I have a lot of their Twinkle Tonic toners, but I haven't used any of it because I have other toner that I'm trying to get through, but I should probably do this. But this one says that you need to do this after cleansing and do a cotton pad. I do my toners, I think step 4 is where I have it on my nighttime routine, which has been kind of jacked up lately because I have been breaking out for like months. But I feel like I've been able to do some stuff and my facial skin is feeling smoother. So I'm hoping my breakouts start kind of finally clearing them up because a lot of the stress that I was going through is gone. But anyway, let's smell this. I know this scent. I know this flower. I have like a fresh flower bouquet up there. It smells like one of the flowers in there. I know this flower. I don't know. It smells like a flower. It smells like a very specific flower bouquet. Maybe it's not this one. Maybe it's the previous one I had. But I have it all over me now because I let it drip all over the bottle. This smells like a very specific flower that's in a lot of the common grocery store bouquets, and it's escaping me. It's not roses. It's not... I don't know if I can think of it, but let's see what this says. Hedge of Thorns. Arm yourself with the shield of virtue and sword of truth to help triumph over evil. This fresh, clean scent of seawater, fresh air, sparkling citrus, and soft woods will surely defeat the witch and her evil goons. All I smell is one flower, but maybe that one flower is made up of all these other scents. But, I mean, I like it. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. But it smells like one specific flower, and that's it. It's very one note to me. But that could also be in the bottle. That could be one that needs to be like thinned out and spread out. Okay, we'll just move on. So here is a Briar Rose Wax Tart. I just heard a weird noise outside. Now I'm like freaking myself out that that person's trying to come in the back door. Everything's locked. Ooh! Oh. This smells like a lotion I used to get as a child. Or maybe not as a child, but like in middle grade. The pink lotion that you would find. And it smells almost like a Love Spell, or one of the other old style Victoria's Secret ones. There was a Forever one that I loved, and there was Love Spell. This smells like that, and I like it. I like it a lot. And this is Briar Rose. Oh, you know what? I've smelled this before. This is one of the return scents. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe Mistress of All Evil is the one. I don't know. I've smelled this. This is what that smells like. But let's see what it says. You'll love this at once the way you did once upon a dream. But they say if you dream a thing more than once, it's sure to come true. Fall into a sweet, blissful love with soft scents of bergamot, orange zest, atop pink petals of pink roses. Or atop delicate petals of pink roses. I think this is, it's one of those Victoria's Secret lotions. That's what it smells like to me. Okay, moving on. Mistress of All Evil Body Milk. Ooh, I love their body milk. I usually use this in the summer because it's very, very thin, but it is what it is. It is body milk. It is, let me see if I can... So you can see me pour it here. It can't come out. Is there a stopper in it? Do I have to squeeze it? Hello. Oh, there we go. Whoa. That's thicker than normal. That's interesting. I know they changed the format or the formula for their goat lotion. Okay, this sinks in like the other body milks, but it's very, very, because it soaks in really quickly, but it's a lot thicker in the bottle, which is interesting. But I'm regretting my choice. This smells like it's got like patchouli or one of those incensey smells in it. I'm not, I don't, there's something sweet in it. It smelled fine at first until I put it this close, and then I was like, I'm regretting my decision. Yeah, I don't know, or like amber or musk or patchouli or one of those types of scents. I feel like I liked the Mistress of Evil scent before, but not this time. Not this time around. Listen well, all of you. To show this scent bears no ill will, it shall bestow a gift upon you with bursting purple pomegranates, sickly sweet marshmallow, twisted maplewood thorns, and amber. That's it. Stand back, you fools. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't. Nope. Nope, that's not what it smells like to me. At least with my body chemistry, I'm not a big fan of that. Okay. All right, and the final one we have here is their namesake, and this is Make It Pink, Make It Blue, and it is fortune cookie soap. So I'm assuming it'll be either pink or blue or both. Alrighty, so let's see. I'm going to smell it in here first because my hands smell. I like that. It's very, like, light and refreshing. And this one definitely feels more spring or summery to me. I'm getting something... I feel like I'm getting vanilla and something like citrusy, melony, something like that. But I will pop it out. I like it. But it's definitely fruity. Oh, interesting. So it's pink, but it's got like this iridescent blue purpley mica over it. And because this is actually kind of translucent, you can actually see there is usually a fortune in here. Sometimes it's a quote. Sometimes it's a Bible verse. And other times it's like a little fortune cookie thing. So it's always a surprise what you're going to get out of it. But yeah, so that is the fortune cookie soap that is their namesake. Yeah. So let's see what it says, and then we will move on. Oh, look, now look at what you've done. Stop this foolishness and smell this delightful sunny fragrance of apricot, pear, and melon over smooth vanilla. Rosarora's dress, pink or blue, you decide. I liked that one. I would give that one a 5. I would give the Briar Rose one like a 4.5. The Wax Tart. Mistress of Evil Body Milk that's still on my hand. I'd give that a 0, but we're going to go with 1 because I don't rate things 0. The Twinkle Tonic Toner, I would do like a 4, 3.5-ish 4. The Leave-In Conditioner, I think I said I was going to give that one a 4. And the Sleep Oil, I'm probably also going to give a 4 or a 5, but I don't know how well that scent will translate into other things if the lavender would be too overpowering. But as a sleep oil, I'd say it's a 5. As a generic scent, maybe more of a 4, depending on how it's blended. Okay, so let me put these back in the box so I don't misplace anything or do anything funky with anything, and pop everything back in here. Oh, and there's that. And the sticker. Can't forget the sticker. Uh-oh. I couldn't get it back all in. Alright, I can't close the box. That's fine. So, there's that. And then the other subscription box I got today is my Fandom, or Enchanted Fandom drinking vessel. It has changed to a bi-monthly, so every other month thing. And you usually get a couple different drink recipes and then some sort of drinking vessel. I don't 100% remember what this month's theme is, but I remember it's a fantasy series that I had not read before. So we will see. So it is one of those enamel mugs. Okay, so it's Kingdom of the Wicked, which I've never even heard of. Your heart will conquer darkness. Trust in that. And it's got a snake. Why does everybody have to use snakes? I mean, I like the lilies. I like lilies. I don't... like snakes. Why do so many people use snakes? And then the two drinks recipes we have here is a sea and vine, and this is the Wicked drink because it has prosecco and peach puree, which, hey, that sounds good. And then, okay, so this is the Sea and Vine Wicked drink, and then the Sea and Vine Familia drink is strawberry sundae syrup, ice, whipped cream, and sparkling water. Interesting. I'm not a fan of like sparkling water, so I'm not a fan of carbonation. Like the few times I drink a wine or an alcohol that's carbonated, I just like, for the first like few drinks, all I can taste is bubbles, and I'm just like, I don't drink soda or anything carbonated. This is so weird. But yeah, I would try the peach puree with prosecco. I like peaches, so yeah. Well, that was fun. If you know anything about this book, let me know if you liked it or anything like that. Or if you love this book and are interested and would like to and would really like to have this mug and they are sold out, let me know, because I'm not emotionally attached to it at this point, so I would be willing to pass it along for sure. But I will put it back in here. But you know, that's okay. I can't read all of the books out there, and it's fun that whoever does like this will have a mug that is for their potential favorite book. But I am okay with that. I'm not disappointed at all, and I have definitely enjoyed I loved and enjoyed every other cup I've gotten from the subscription box so far. So for this to be the first one that I haven't really read or don't really know anything about or don't really care about, it's fine by me. Okay. So, we're 40 minutes, and I am sorry. This is almost a whole video by itself. For a lot of other booktubers, this is a whole video by themselves, but I like to be long-winded. So, we're going to do the quest calendar, hopefully very, very quickly, and go on from there. So, let me move things around here. I'll put boxes in the back. And move these forward, and then I'll go my dust tray going. Okay, so on Tuesday, where we last left, we were off traveling to a new area. So, Germanus. I think that's what I called it. I think I went with Germanus before, but oh my gosh, this is so cool. So we're in the city of Dressa on the planet Germanus. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Okay. Nayli sets the Karnak down in the busy city of Dressa. While the captain secures the next job, she gives the crew leave to enjoy the city. Explore the city of Dressa on the planet. Fun. Okay. So let's see what we get to do. You wander around near the port before exploring outward. The further you go, the wealthier the area appears to get. So, first off, Frenchie's Fast Foods. You found a fast food franchise close to the dock that has genetically modified animal-based meals. It is edible and safe, but not so appetizing. It has meal rations. For 1 credit, and I was like always about having meal rations on hand, and it came in so much help last year. So I'm going to buy 5 meal rations. Okay. So yeah, I will be buying those. Okay. Panhandlers on the street corner. There is a man with a dog doing tricks on the corner for people passing by. There is a hat on the ground with a small sign that reads, "Tricks for food, help us eat, bless you." Do you toss them a credit? Yeah, might as well. We have the credits. If you toss the panhandler a credit, gain 1 virtue point. Perfect. Hey, look at that. All right, then we are Gertrude's Garments. You find a lady locked out of her used clothing shop. She appears flustered. Can you help her get inside? A dexterity roll or a strength roll. Reminder, locksmith. We do not have locksmith, but we will use dexterity and not strength. So let me get my D20 here and put this on a flat surface. Okay, so we will use dexterity, which gives us a +3. And that is a 15, so 18 total. Okay, if the result is 11 or more, you get the lock open. She is grateful and tosses you 1 credit as thanks. Okay, we made that 1 credit back. See, we're good. Okay, Regal's Rest and Restoration. A sign on a small motel reads, "The best rest for those on quest." Heal your aching limbs / tentacles / fins / parts. There's nothing like our rejuvenating sleep chambers. Only 3 credits. You decide to come back here after some time exploring. You will be able to visit, and then in parentheses, you will be able to visit this place and rest tomorrow. Cool. Okay, so Randall's Remedies. A gentle older alien is running a small medicine and treatment stand. It is preaching against big medical companies to anyone who will listen and spouting off about how health insurance is a waste to taxpayers' hard-earned money. My home remedies are better than what you can get in a big hospital. So there's an antidote, which is 4 credits, and it removes an infected condition. And we actually have 2 of those antidotes. And then he has med kits for 5 credits, and those are consumed on use and they restore 2d4 health, and we have 1 of those. So I think I'm going to buy another med kit. So that's another 5 credits down. So we've spent 10 credits so far net. We have 53, so we're fine. Okay, and then the last option is Guard Ahead. Further beyond, you see how useful shops you will visit. Further beyond, you see a few useful shops you will visit, and a tavern that may be a nice place to relax and enjoy some entertainment. However, someone dressed as a guard blocks you from going anywhere else. He is threatening and demands a toll for crossing. So either charisma reminder persuasive or strength reminder intimidating. Well, we are neither persuasive or intimidating. Our strength is a -2 and our charisma is a -2. So it doesn't really matter. So we'll just go with charisma, I guess. It doesn't matter. Okay. So that is a 14. So -2, we are at a 12. Oh, and we needed an 11 or more. The guard decides not to hassle you farther. You pass without payment. Heck yeah. Okay, so I'll worry about making changes to those in a minute. So let's continue on. So that was what we were supposed to do yesterday. So let's see what's happening today. Oh, okay. So today we have the chance to go back to Regal's Rest and Restoration, and it offers a safe place to relax for a while and rest. These remind me of The Sleep Chambers and The Fifth Element, which I love that movie. Fun. So if you are new to Quest Calendar, I'll go over what rest does. So when you rest, you get to restore your health to full. You get to regain all expended uses of abilities, regain all charges, spell, chi, and surge points, remove the infected condition and the malfunction condition, change your equipment if you desire, and remove a single negative modifier caused from a previous death. If you have a physical injury against both strength and dexterity, you can only pick 1 to restore. And if you've died twice and you've got a physical injury to strength both times, you get to fully restore your strength. But we haven't died. None of that really applies to us. And we actually were previously healed, so we have no damage right now. So we are okay. We don't really need to take a rest, so I'm just gonna save the credits. So yeah, there is that, and now we are all caught up. That wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna get things cleaned up here, get my Romanceopoly board set up, and then I will be back to hopefully quickly film what the next prompt will be. So I will be back in a second. Okay, so we're all set up. Let me get my little kitty out. So here's my little kitty. And we are currently on Thing Alley. And then let's pick 2d6. We'll go with yellow and teal. So we'll go with those today. And let's see what's going to happen. So, good roll. 11. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are on the yellow fantasy square and city lane. If you haven't seen me do or talk about Romantopoly and you don't know Romantopoly, for the prompts, there are two options. There are the colored or the basic genre prompts, so that's what the fantasy is, or there are more specific prompts, and that will be more associated to city lane. But I have all my cards here, so I will I have them all in order. So let's get to this one and see what the prompt is. All right, here's yellow. So Action Avenue. All right, so city lane. Okay, so this is fantasy. Read a fantasy that doesn't involve magic. So there is the prompt. Interesting. That might be a little harder to figure out. So if you know a fantasy that does not involve magic, preferably a fantasy romance or has a romance in it, let me know down below, because this one might take a little bit to find. Because off the top of my head, I can't think of a fantasy that I ever read, that did not have some form of magic in it. Okay. All right, that's a tough one to find, which is unfortunate, but I'm glad that we got fantasy. So hopefully I will be able to cram it in to February to also work for Pharaoh Feb and everything else going on. So there's that. We have our new roll. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow on Friday. Have a good Friday. Hello. Long time no see for me. Yeah, it is not Friday and it is not the weekend anymore. I am in the middle of the next week. And tomorrow's when this video is supposed to go up. So I was like, I need to film my Friday clip for last week and get everything edited. So that is my plan for tonight. If you didn't know my schedule, that means it's currently Wednesday. And yeah, and I'm gonna keep my beanie on because it didn't get over 6 degrees today, and it started snowing about an hour-ish ago. And no joke, I was cleaning off my car before we left work, and it's pretty close to blizzard conditions. It's about a block visibility. And by the time I got my car cleaned off, and like I usually start on the sides and then I go over and I do the passenger sides, and then I'll clean the top and do the back, and then I'll come forward and then I'll move forward and I'll do my hood and the front windshield. And even because my car's small and I can reach everything, I always clean off the top and my hood, because I hate it when the snow comes up on your windows or flies off the car onto your windows, or if it goes onto other people's windows. So I always try to brush off as much as I possibly can. But by the time I got to the front, and then I walked over and I did my boss's car for her because I was already bundled up and outside when it was 2 degrees. Yeah, my car already had about an inch of it in under 10 minutes, like maybe half an inch in some areas where it wasn't melting as much. So it's really coming down, which is great. And it's supposed to be negative degrees tonight. But anyway, yeah, so I'm leaving my beanie on because I probably have horrible hat hair and I'm still a little bit chilled. So I will be making some tea, but I didn't want that like boiling in the background. As you can see, I also did start to do a little bit of decorating. I got one of my tapestries up, and yeah. I had kind of a melancholy weekend where I didn't really want to do much. And I was kind of beating myself up about books and reading and book club, getting book club books done. And then even though I was stressed out about getting the books I really, really want done in time, I still didn't really read. So yeah. But anyway, I'm pretending it's Friday. I did have one piece of mail on Friday that I wanted to share with you. And it is from Vivian Lorette. She did another pre-order thing for her new book. So of course I had to sign up and get whatever swag she was sending out. So we have warm wishes and happy reading. Oh, that's cute. A little card. Super cute. I'll use that as a bookmark too. And then here is the official bookmark for Never Seduce a Duke. Oh my gosh. So we've got book and then the artwork for the book. And then on the back we've got the QR code and the information. And it has since come out when I'm filming this, but when I got this, and we're pretending it's Friday. Aww. She didn't just do generic book club. She actually put my name on it. And I got a signed book plate. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I can't wait to put this in my book. I know that there is a strike going on, so I'm going to probably still not talk too much about it because it's an Avon book. But I have to support my girl Vivian Lorette, and yeah, I hope to pick up that book this month after my book club books. So anyway, reading wise on Friday, I didn't really have too much to update on. So let's just do the quest calendar and then I'll wrap things up. So where I left you on Thursday, we were exploring a new world and we had the option to find a place to rest. I opted not to. So, whoa. Okay. It looks like there's some people beating up another alien dude. Those guys give me kind of like Cthulhu / Ood vibes. Ood from Doctor Who. Okay, you hear a scream coming from the nearby alley and go to investigate. That kind of scream? Yeah, kitty scream. You see a couple thugs robbing an older person. They spot you and turn their aggression towards you. So number 1 is engage in combat. And then we have 2A or 2B. A is return the victim's credits, or B, take the credits for yourself. I will be taking option A. So it looks like we will just do 1 round each for the 2 thugs with straight attack and damage. So, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to elbow you. Hi. Okay, I had to fix her blanket. Alrighty, so our attack is a +5, and our damage is 2d8 + 1. Hi, you rubbing your face on me? She's kind of upset with me because I had to, my computer came in this morning to the blue screen of death, and then it was stuck in the auto repairing loop at startup. So most of what I did today was try to fix the computer, or at least get it so I would be able to get in and copy all of the documents and information that wasn't already saved to the server, which most of it I have saved on our server. But yeah, so I was dealing with that all day, but we don't have any USB drives. We only have the one, and it's for our QuickBooks backup specifically. So I was like, I have a bunch of USB drives at home. So I came home at like 2 o'clock and I grabbed all my USB drives and then I went back to work, and she was very upset. She was following me to the door whining because she was like, no, mommy, you're home. You have to stay. You can't leave. I felt really bad. It was like really mean the way that she was acting. But anyway, that's why she's being a little crazy right now, is because she is very happy I am back at home. I feel like I'm lower than normal, but okay. we'll just keep going because I'm not going to set up while we're trying to do this and I'm just blabbering on and wasting time. So, attack thug number 1. Natural 20, heck yeah, so 25 total. We needed 14 or more, perfect. So once again, 2d8 plus 1. I don't have my d8 out, so let me grab the d8. You know, I might as well just take all of them out, because that only leaves the d4 in there. So I'll just take the whole set out and put it in my dice tray. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So, d8. So, 4 and 3, so 7, so 8 damage on thug number 1. Okay, we needed 6 or more, so he is dead. And then thug number 2 that is a 12, so 17 to hit, and he's also a 14, so perfect. So damage on him is a 7, 8, 9, so 10 damage on him. And this guy needed 5 or more, so he is also dead. Okay, so we gain 2 credits because we killed 2 enemies. And then I'm choosing option A to return the victim's credits, so we gain 1 virtue point. And that's it. I don't even really remember what I talked about last week, but thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to leave me an emoji down below instead of a normal comment, then I don't know, do like something snow related, like snowflakes or something like that. But otherwise, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you soon with another video.